Frank, this Confederate monument here in downtown Macon at the corner of 2nd and Cotton Avenue is once again back in the spotlight, and once again a group is calling for it to be moved, saying now is the time. But some recently passed Georgia state legislation could, legally speaking, make that challenging.
This represents them going to war to keep our ancestors enslaved.
Former Macon Mayor C. Jack Ellis says the Confederate statue should not be destroyed, but it should be moved.
I say it is part of history. It's a very dark part of our history, and I think it should be put in museums. We can't erase history. We are not trying to erase history. We're trying to move a very offensive symbol, an emblem, in the middle of our center city.
Others in the group of about 10 at Friday's press conference agreed.
These people right here, what we are talking about, Confederacy, fought against the United States of America.
Laura Bell wants it moved too and organized an online fundraiser to help make it happen. So far, it's raised more than $4,000.
It doesn't need to be gone. It is part of history, but it's a part of history that we don't need to glorify.
Mercer history professor Doug Thompson says Georgia law will make moving the statue tough.
There was another addition to the statute that makes it very difficult.
He says it now places heavy restrictions on how statues like this one can be moved and requires them to be placed somewhere of similar prominence if they are moved at all. He says that stipulation, though, is fairly new, and he argues it was enacted to keep the statues in place.
Last year's law is clearly designed because there are protests against them.
And one more wrinkle, the plot of land we are on right now and the statue itself is Macon-Bibb County property, and according to county spokesperson Chris Floor, the county is open to relocating it with community input and as long as it is following the boundaries of the law. He says Macon Mayor Robert Rickert has asked the county attorney's office to look into the statutes and see just how strict they are, and so far, Floor says, lawyers are saying it is pretty strict. At this point, they're saying it doesn't look like legally the statue can be moved to a cemetery or to a museum unless the statue had been previously located there sometime in the past. So yet another legal hurdle some of these groups may have to face. Live in Macon, Zach Merchant, 13 WMAZ News.